we're going to start the session. And this is the most difficult session because everybody is full after lunch. So everybody's going to be sleepy. So I'm going to throw some jokes. So I hope you don't mind. So without further ado, I would like to invite all the amazing speakers. First of all, I would like to invite to the stage Dr. Sami Budinar. Please give applause for Dr. Sami Budinar. He is the CEO of Al-Hukuma Center for Peace Studies. He is based in Rabat, Morocco, but the Al-Hukuma Center for Peace Study is based in Dubai, the UAE. Welcome, sir. And the second one is Professor Dr. Binsar Jonathan Pakpahan. Welcome, Pendeta. From Guria Kristen Batak Protestant, HKBP. Welcome to Jogja and welcome to the stage, to this session. And the third one is Reverend Einar Chelle. I hope I pronounce it correctly. He's the Director of the Ecumenical and International Relations from the Church of Norway. Please give him a warm applause. Welcome. All right, and we have Professor Dr. Franz Wyssen. I hope I pronounce it correctly. Professor Wyssen is the Professor Emeritus from Department of Empirical and Practical Religious Studies at Radboud University in Netherlands, but he is now also teaching in UGM. So he's local Yogyakartan. So, and we have also with us Father Aloysius Budi Purnomo, Romo Budi, I call him, and he's from the Roman Catholic Church in Paris Priest in Wates, in Yogyakarta, but I pronounce it Waits, not Wates, but Waits. Welcome, Romo. And last but not the least, Dr. Muhammad Rafiq Muzakir, who is the Secretary of the Council for Fatwa and Islamic Research from the Central Board of Muhammadiyah. And I welcome him. He's based in Yogyakarta, and I know him very well because he used to be the chair of Muhammadiyah USA, where I belong as well. All right. Welcome, gentlemen, to the stage. Well, I'm the prettiest one, I guess. Well, all right. So we have here with me Romo Budi, or his full name is Romo alias Budi Pratikno Purnomo, but I call him Romo Budi. And so Romo Budi, what can you share from the Catholic communities on this green culture? The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mbak Nana. Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. In fact, this is my heart burden because I have to say something on behalf of the Nuncio. The Nuncio gave me this text, so I will present to all of you. The Catholic Church promotes ecological conversion and sustainable life based on Laudato Si and Laudate Deum. What is that? I hope that the slide can be shown here, because there is something important. The speech of Nuncio is greeting about this anniversary of Muhammadiyah. Yeah. Next. Here. Please play this video.
Atas nama Paus Fransiskus dan saya sendiri, Saya mengucapkan selamat ulang tahun ke-111 Masehi atau 114 Hijriyah Muhammadiyah. Semoga selalu menjadi berkat bagi umat dan masyarakat. Terima kasih.
Yeah. Because His Excellency gave me this pass, then I also ask His Excellency to say something to all of us about this anniversary. The Roman Catholic Church welcomes Muhammadiyah's ecological initiative by holding this global forum on climate movement to promote green culture, innovation, and cooperation. This idea is in line with the current concerns of the Catholic Church, especially since Pope Francis published the encyclical Laudato Si on 2015, and recently Pope Francis published Laudate Deum. Laudate Deum is Pope Francis' latest apostolic exhortation, which is a follow-up the statement regarding ecological care and concern conveyed through Laudato Si, focuses on urging everyone with goodwill to take concrete action to overcome climate change crisis. It is a prophetic and profound call to ecological conversion already taught in Laudato Si. 8 years after the initial publication of Laudato Si, Pope Francis once again calls for the importance of ecological conversion for facing the challenge of increasingly worsening climate crisis. Greets all people of goodwill, Laudate Deum rebuking the human family for neglecting its relationship with creation, each other, and most importantly, God. Pope raises and highlights multidimensional problems related to the ecological crisis that befalls the earth and humanity, especially the most vulnerable people. We call it the small, the weak, the poor, the marginalized, and the disabled. Its focus is the fact that global climate crisis is currently rising and heading towards a disaster that threatens everyone. Pope Francis writes, "Our responses have not been adequate while the world in which we live is collapsing and may be nearing the breaking point." Pope Francis explains how pollution and oil extraction over the last 2 centuries have brought the world to this crisis point. Pope Francis emphasizes that our care for one another and our care for the earth are intimately bound together. Climate change is one of the principal challenges facing society and the global community. The effects of climate change are borne by the most vulnerable people, whether at home or around the world. Since the publication of the Laudato Si, there has been no significant actions to overcome the climate crisis. So Pope Francis sees everything that still need to be studied, reflected, and done to overcome the ecological crisis, especially the climate crisis, which threatens human life. Pope Francis calls for more concrete steps by highlighting the large-scale failures that have occurred and still cannot be overcome, ranging from the personal mystics of each individual to the lameness of the technocratic paradigm and international conferences on the ecological crisis that have not produced anything meaningful in concrete actions. Pope Francis expresses his concern for the earth, which is experiencing environmental degradation with a direct impact on the degradation of human living condition. So he concludes that the ecological crisis and climate crisis are the results of a narrow anthropocentristic technocratic way of thinking. This paradigm makes certain people with power and capital feel entitled to exploit natural resources freely and ignore the impact on the poor people and indigenous communities. So the Pope gives a call that firmly urges believers, regardless of their religion and belief, to consider concrete action to save the earth and humanity affected by the climate crisis. Laudato Si and Laudate Deum, especially praise the Lord, becomes a spiritual motivational frame for humanity's ecological conversation to be more friendly and caring towards the environment. When human beings claim to take God's place, they become their own worst enemy. As conclusion, currently, global mechanisms to address the climate crisis are essentially toothless. Pope Francis briefly detailed the history of the COP meeting series held annually since 1995. Over the past 30 years, this international conference has been a sword of hope, but has not produced significant action or progress. Scientific understanding of the climate crisis continues to develop, even supported by international agreements, but in reality, this has not been implemented in concrete action. Thus, Pope Francis invites all humanity of goodwill to a renewed vision of community and solidarity in which all people are willing to stand beside their poor and exploited brothers and sisters in the care of the earth, our common home. This movement can be realized according to the teaching of Laudato Si and LD, Laudate Deum, through an interreligious eco-theological movement to care for the earth that involves all people without discrimination. That's all I can present to this time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Romo. I was actually there when the Pope launched the Laudato Si in 2015. And because at that time I was also part of the organizer for the global Muslim climate, climate statement. So we were in the preparation, and then the Pope released Laudato Si. So I was there in Rome also, like to give the support. And then we have some priests, also Catholic priests, came to Istanbul at that time, 2 months after, for the Islamic Declaration on Global Climate Change. So we've been working together with the Catholic youth, especially. So I was telling the Romo last night that back then, after the Laudato Si from Pope Francis, there's the birth of the global Catholic climate movement, and then just a few months after, I also gave birth to the Global Muslim Climate Network. So, and we used to like work together, and then sometimes we are like in the gathering, we just put went to the corner and then just, have our own conversation, and people said, "Oh, are you guys trying to control the world?" The Catholics and the Muslims, and which is, sometimes I feel like, yes, we are trying to plan something. And so, a lot of things has been done over the years with that, and congratulations with Laudate Deum that launched 2 months ago, right? Romo, yes, yeah. So.
Sahabat peradaban kasih yang terkasih, sampai jumpa pada episode berikutnya. Terima kasih atas kebersamaan kita. Salam peradaban kasih ekologis. Berkah dalam.